Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, folks, and happy 4th of July. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we've got the third place game going on right now for the Missoula Mavericks taking on Terre Haute out of Indiana for third place. Post 22 would get the win over Eden Prairie earlier today, so that puts them back in against Eden Prairie for the championship game, and the Mavericks are playing for third. It's been an exciting 24 hours here in Rapid City as we had the games yesterday afternoon canceled because of a severe thunder and lightning storm that moved through, and then teams got up early and played those early games this morning, but there was a 2-hour delay due to a system that moved through, and well, where we were staying, there was about 3 inches of water moving down the road. It was a gully washer at the very least. So we get ready to go. It is the Missoula Mavericks as the home team. So Terre Haute is at the plate. Leading things off is Garrett Lloyd in left field as he steps up. Zach Hangus on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Missoula Mavericks. The first pitch is just about ready to go.
Leading off for Terre Haute is the left fielder number
We do
5,
have a
Garrett
thunderstorm
Lloyd.
watch going on as the first pitch will be rolled out, picked up by Stensrud. The throw to first, and that'll be one away. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the game. Cole Whitlock, the right fielder, will bat second. Adam Craig is in center field, batting third. Batting fourth is the first baseman, Tristan Elder. Evan Newman's the second baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Brayton Reed, the third baseman. The catcher, Pearson Barnes, bats seventh. Cade Moore is the shortstop as the pitch comes in for ball 1, 1-1, or 1-0. Kendall Riley is the pitcher, and he will finish out the order for Terre Haute. For the Missoula Mavericks, Brendan Hill will lead things off in center field. Dane Frazier is at first base, batting second. Batting third is the shortstop, Trad Richardson. Bridger Johnson is in left field as we get strike 2, 1-2 on the count with 1 out and a reach. This is going to be popped up over Richardson's head. Hops into left field, and Terre Haute will have a runner at first. And that'll be the first hit of the game. Takes us to Adam Craig. So Trad Richardson at short, Bridger Johnson in left field batting fourth. Batting fifth is Stuart Long, the designated hitter. Drew Stensrud's at third base batting sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher, Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks. Thomas Martin is in right field batting eighth, and batting ninth is Dayton Bay at second base. Zach Angus, as I mentioned, on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Top of the first inning. We've got 71 degrees with lightning nearby and a storm moving to the north of us as this one's popped up over our heads foul, and we go even on the count at 1 apiece. So Adam Craig settling in with 1 out, 1 on. And a throw to first. Dane Frazier at first. So your infield set. Drew Stensrud at third. Trad Richardson at short. Dayton Bay at second. Runner's going to go. The throw is made by Clausen, and the tag is not in time. And it'll be a stolen base off the strike 2 pitch. So 1-2 as ball 2 will be brought in, 2-2. For Craig. So the Mavericks would play Premier West on Sunday and get the win. as we build to a full count at 3-2. Pitch swung on, foul. Brings up, or leaves us at 3-2. It's Tristan Elder in the on-deck circle with a runner at second. And 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's a walk to put runners at first and second for Terre Haute. Both teams wearing their gray jerseys today, so pay attention to the hat color in the field. That's the trick here, as Terre Haute with the light blue hats, Missoula Mavericks with the Maverick blue. Hengis with the stretch and set. And this one's punched up in the air. Hengis says he's got it. Clausen's going to come in and grab it. And Clausen puts it in the glove. The runner will hold at second. And the infield fly will take us to out number 2. With Evan Newman, the second baseman, coming to the plate. Pitch on the way. Swung on into center field. Hill is going to back up to the track. He is there, the glove, and the runner will be left behind. Scoreless after 1/2 inning. We'll be back with the Mavericks' turn to bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless. Terre Haute leaving 1 runner on, or 2 runners on, off of 1 hit. Runners at first and second left behind off of the pop fly. So we get the Mavericks now at the plate. The home run club leading things off. Brendan Hill in center field with 1 home run. Dane Frazier at first base, batting in the number 2 spot with 3 home runs. And Trad Richardson batting in the number 3 spot with 2 home runs. So 1, 2, 3 on the schedule. So the Mavericks will be hopping on the bus. And rolling straight through. I was told before the game that they will actually drive straight through, meeting a driver in Billings, one that's going to be flown out to Billings, and be home in the early hours of Sunday or of Friday morning. So Kendall Riley on the 5 Valor pitcher's mound for Terre Haute. Brendan Hill at the plate. And Hill had a special cheering section here earlier this week as this pitch comes in for strike 1. 0-1 on the count, as his grandpa and grandma and aunt came in from Colorado and watched some games. Outside pitch takes it to ball 1, 1-1. I don't see them in the crowd, but doesn't mean that they're not here. It is a cloudy day, and they might be tucked up under one of the awnings here at the stadium. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Hill, and he'll take it for strike 2. 1-2 on the count. Riley now with the pitch. And Hill will foul this one back into the catcher, staying at 1-2. The voice of summer, Paul Yarbrough, listening in hashtag Our Town is Superior. So hello there, Paul. Here's the 1-2. And we'll build a 2-2 on the count. Hill settling in. And the pitch. And we go to full count. 3-2. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Kendall Riley on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the payoff. And Hill rolls this one into right field, and Brendan Hill will have a base to start things off for the Mavericks. Each team with a hit. We go to Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks. This tournament stretching out a little bit farther than most tournaments, allowing Zach Angus to come back on the mound. He pitched the first game of the tournament back on Saturday. And a pitch upstairs to Frazier will take us to ball 1. And I believe Riley pitched in the game against us on Sunday. Here's the 1-0. And Frazier will lay off for ball 2, 2-0. This park has seen some work over the walls, especially from the home team post 22. 325 down the third baseline, 393 as we come to ball 3, 3-0 to Frazier. And then 330 down the first baseline. Trad Richardson hit one over the wall on Saturday, the first game of the tournament against Premier West. A throw to first, Hill hops on the bag. 3-0 on the count. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the Riley pitch. And it's a walk to put runners at first and second. So both teams putting runners on first and second here in the first inning as we get Trad Richardson with no outs.
At the plate, shortstop number
Richardson
13,
looking down the third
Trad
base line to
Richardson.
get the signal from Coach Hathaway, manager of the Mavericks, 29th season with the program. Richardson settling in. Runners at first and second, no outs. And Richardson will pop one in. Catcher says he's got it, and he will. That's one away. One away as we get Bridger Johnson with Hill at second and Frazier at first. Riley checking the runners as they step away. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball. We'll bring up strike one for Bridger Johnson, the left fielder. 0-1. Johnson being a utility out there in the outfield for the Mavericks. Filling in very nicely wherever he's needed. And his bat has been swinging well. Here's the pitch. Runners are going to go, and this gets away. And there'll be runners at second and third. 1-1 on the count to Johnson. So Johnson settling back in. One on the count, 1 out, runners at second and third. Here's the pitch by Riley. And it'll bring up strike 2, 1 and 2. Our officials today, it's Clyde Milschlegel behind the plate and Chris Groves in the field. And if you remember from Sunday's game, as this one's fouled off to keep us at 1 and 2, Milschlegel was the umpire and very animated in his ball and strike calls. Here's the pitch by Riley. And struck out for the second out, swinging, is Johnson. Going to the DH, Stuart Long with 2 outs. Frazier at second and Hill at third. And just off the glove of Barnes for ball 1. Runners holding, as Barnes was on top of it very quickly. So some early morning rain, and then some sun that came through. The humidity level built up, and now we've got the clouds back in, and there's a system moving to the north of us with lightning and all kinds of fun stuff involved with it as we get ball 2 to Long. 2-0. Bottom of the first, third place game. It's going to be host team 22 and Eden Prairie playing in the championship game as we get 3-0 on the count. The post 22 boys were here very early this morning to pull the tarp off of the field and get it ready. As with the Missoula Mavericks, a lot of pride in this field for those boys. A lot of history with this field. And Long will be walked. Loads the bases for the Mavericks with 2 outs, and we get Drew Stensrud, the third baseman.
Bases are loaded for number 5, third baseman Drew Stensrud.
Stensrud settles in, moving to the number 6 spot in the order for the Mavericks with Stensrud at the plate, and he'll receive the first pitch as strike 1. Riley with the pitch. Good job by Barnes to keep the pitch in front of him. We go 1-1 on the count. Hill is extremely speedy, so if one of those balls gets away outside of the home plate dirt area, Hill scoring. And strike 1 comes up at 3-1. Or 1-2. And the pitch. And we go even 2-2. Brennan Hill at third. Dane Frazier at second. And Stuart Long at first. Drew Stensrud at the plate. 2 outs. 2-2 on the count And the pitch by Riley. Stensrud off the glove of the pitcher. Ball is going to lay, and that will earn a run for the Mavericks, keeping the bases loaded. And the Mavericks get on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound, or the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 1-0, bottom of the first inning. We go to Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks, with 2 outs and loaded bases. And Clausen lays off for strike 1. Swung on, takes us to strike 2. 0-2. And Clausen struck out to end the side. 1 run earned, 3 left behind. Mavericks have the scoreboard first, 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the top of the second inning. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with the number 6, 7, 8 batters on the schedule here in the top of the second for Terre Haute. Brayton Reed, the third baseman, at the plate. Zach Hangus with the first pitch of the inning from the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. It'll be strike 1. So Brayton Reed on the box. Pearson Barnes, as this one's popped into left field in the glove of Johnson, and it's 1 out. Pearson Barnes now at the plate. Cade Moore in the on-deck circle. 1 out, nobody on. Barnes settling in. And a roller. Stensrud will have it picked up. The throw to first, and it's stuck on the bag. 2 outs. We go to Cade Moore, the shortstop now, for Terre Haute. So the Mavericks making their way home tonight after the game. They'll stop in Billings and pick up a fresh driver. Throw to first by Richardson. The tag, and they're going to say safe at first. And that'll put a runner on for Terre Haute with 2 outs.
The pitcher, number 18, Kendall Riley.
Takes us to Kendall Riley now, as this one's rolled into Stensrud. Stensrud cannot get a glove on it as it's bounced off, and runners at first and second on back-to-back swings.
Top of the order, number 5, Garrett Lloyd.
We go to Garrett Lloyd. Pitch on the way, swung on. This one will be picked up by Richardson. The tuck to second, and that'll be the side. So hits built up, but runners left behind for Terre Haute. We'll be back with the Mavericks portion of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And for the Mavericks, it is Thomas Martin to lead things off.
Leading off for Missoula, the right fielder, number 8, Thomas Martin.
Martin coming to the plate. Mavericks picking up 2 errors in that inning as Martin's going to hit this one right over the second baseman. No, the good play by Evan Newman to backpedal out for that one, and the shallow pop will be the first out of the inning. Bottom of the order, Dayton Bay for the Mavericks with 1 out, nobody on. Kendall Riley on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And Bay will be tagged in the hip. On the first pitch. Swings us to the top of the order to Brendan Hill. Hill with a hit and a run in the first inning.
Back to the top of the lineup, number 3, Brendan Hill.
Hill settling in. Hill getting the signal from Hathaway. Now Hill settles into the box. Runner at first is Bay, and they'll throw over there off of the hit by pitch. The stretch and set by Riley. And a strike is thrown. 0-1 on the count. So the Mavericks finish out their final tournament of the season. They'll grind out some conference games, a trip to Canada, and then at state in Billings as we get ball 1. 1-1 on the count. Hard to imagine there's 48 days left until the kids head back to school. I know, shh, don't say anything. Some of these boys will be heading off to college. The remaining. As the pitch gets away, Bay's going to go ahead and pick up the base off the wild pitch, and now there'll be a runner at second for the Mavericks. Hill at 2-1. Mavericks senior night coming up very soon. Always an emotional time, no matter what. Whether you're a parent, fan, or a broadcaster. And 2-1. Bounced out. Pitcher's going to try to get to it. Nope. Picked up by the second baseman. The toss to first is not in time, and Hill will reach. The flash makes it to first ahead of the ball, and it's runners on the corners for the Mavericks. Takes us to Dane Frazier with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Bottom of the second. Frazier gets the signal, now settles in. Bay and Hill step away from first and third. And Frazier will take the first pitch for ball 1. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the second inning. Winner of the game will be named the third place team. Riley with the stretch and set. Check swing, pitch over the plate. And they'll say strike one. 1-1 on the count to Frazier. Frazier was walked his first at bat. Hill at first. Bay at second. 1 out. Here's the 1-1. And it'll bring up strike 2. Agitation from the crowd. Got some little leaguers in the building, sitting down below us. Always great to see the younger kids take an interest in the Legion baseball. And we'll go even on the count with the ball pitch, 2-2. A nod by Riley, checking on Hill at first. Hill's going to jump. Ball's over the head of the pitcher. Bay will tag, and there's runners at first and second as the Mavericks pick up a run off the single by Frazier. Mavericks go up 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks, the shortstop. Trad played some shortstop his first year with the Mavericks. That would, of course, be 3 years ago. And they would make the switch between him and Ryan McHugh. McHugh was playing at third, and they put McHugh over at short and Richardson at third, and that's kind of where he's been camping out since then. Pitch over the plate to Richardson. Brings up strike 1. Trad, infield fly. His first at bat. Swinging on the first pitch and popping it right into the glove of the catcher. Of course, it shot up in the air about 20 feet. Riley sets his cap. Runner at second and Hill. Frazier at first. Here's the 0-1 and a step off the rubber. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks says Richardson will take ball 1, 1-1. And kind of the neat thing about these tournaments is Hathaway just kind of lets the boys play for the most part. I mean, he's got his plan and what he wants to do, but, you know, throwing stuff in there as we get strike 2, 1-2 on the count. Earlier this week, we saw Dayton Bay at shortstop and Thomas Martin at second with Stuart Long in the DH. Just letting guys play at different positions and have some fun. In the end, that's what this is all about. Here's the 1-2, and Richardson will swing. That's out number 2 on the swinging strikeout. As we go to Bridger Johnson.
The strikeout brings up number 10, Bridger Johnson.
The pitch upstairs, ball 1. For Bridger Johnson, it was a strikeout swinging his first at bat. 1-0 on the count. Runners at first and second, 2 outs for the Mavericks, bottom of the second. Mavs lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 1 run in each of the first 2 innings. Looking to build here. Hill jumps, pitches right at the chin of Johnson, and we get ball 2. Hill steps off the rubber at second. Frazier away from the bag at first, and Riley will have the pitch. And Johnson swings for strike 1, 2-1 on the count. Riley now with the stretch and set. And Johnson pops this one off the middle of the back into the glove of the second baseman, and runners are left behind. Mavericks will earn 1. And it's now 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the third, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the third inning, Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's the 2, 3, 4 batters scheduled on the inning for Terre Haute. Cole Whitlock at the plate, Adam Craig in the on-deck circle, and Tristan Elder in the hole. Zach Angus has the first pitch of the inning, and he'll deliver over the plate for strike 1 to the left-handed batter. For Whitlock, it was a single his first at-bat as we get just outside the plate for ball 1. 1-1 on the count. Swung on, a roller into right field, and Whitlock will find himself at first for the second time on the game. Takes us to the center fielder, Adam Craig, with 1 on and no outs. Craig walked his first at bat. Both teams wearing gray today, as Hangus delivers inside for strike 1. Runner's going to go. Here's the roller. Richardson's there. The throw to first is made, and Frazier not able to keep the ball in the glove, and the runner will reach. For Terre Haute, no outs, runners at first and second. Brings up Tristan Elder, the first baseman now.
First baseman Tristan Elder.
Pitch. And Elder cranks this one into right field. Hill will have the catch. The throw is made. The runner will advance to second, and the pop out will be the first out of the inning.
Second baseman Evan Newman.
Takes us to Evan Newman. Newman with a shot into center field, and Hill will be worked for the second out of the inning. The tag at third and a run earned.
The sac fly brings up third baseman Braden Reed.
Runner's going to go. And safe at second.
Have you seen the second one? Have you seen the second one? I'm gonna bonus pizza too.
Hangus delivers ball 2. And a throw to first will end the side, so 1 run earned to make it 2-1 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the third, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Eden Prairie getting up on the the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with a run in the top of the third to make it interesting at 2-1. Kendall Riley in for his third inning of duty here in the bottom of the third as the Mavericks have 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled on the inning. Stuart Long at the plate, the designated hitter. Drew Stensrud is on deck and Andrew Clausen in the hole. Here's the first pitch of the inning and it'll be outside for ball 1. Long walked his first plate appearance. And he'll roll this one out. First baseman will block it with his glove. The throw to the pitcher and a stick to the bag. Stuart Long will be the first out on the ground out. Good play by the first baseman, Tristan Elder, wasn't able to put his glove on it, but blocked it in front of him to make the play. We go to Drew Stensrud now for the Mavericks with 1 out, nobody on. And Stensrud rolls this one over the pitcher's mound into center field, and Stensrud will be on with his second single of the day.
The
With one out, one on, we go to Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks. He gets the signal from Hathaway. Heavy clouds in the sky, and they seem to be getting darker as they roll ball on behind us. We do have a thunderstorm warning in effect until tomorrow morning, as this comes up for ball one to Clausen. Andrew Clausen struck out swinging his first at bat. There are some menacing storms going on north of Rapid City, but looking to the west, it looks like not until later this afternoon or this evening that the heavy ones will roll through our area. Ball two, 2-0. Clausen, one of the young ones for the Mavericks, really learning his way and doing a good job of it this year. It's a heavy task to pick up at the catcher position. He's had some big shoes to fill with Clayton Frankie coming before him. He'll swing for strike one. 2-1 on the count. And it looks like a doubleheader between the Elks and Great Falls. Lethbridge Elks was split today. Elks getting the first game and Great Falls getting the second in a tight one, as we get ball three to Clausen. Things are very interesting in Montana-Alberta Legion baseball this year.
Go!
You've got the Mavericks and Bozeman sitting at the top, and they're going to say safe at first. Stensford diving back into the bag. But things get very interesting after that. And a pitch upstairs will walk Clausen to put runners at first and second for the Mavericks with one out. Taking us to Thomas Martin, the right fielder for the Mavericks. Martin settling in. He had a fly out his first at bat. And Martin takes the first pitch for ball one. Ball gets away on the throw to second. They're going to go ahead and go back to second, and Mavericks will have runners at second and third. That should be an error on the pitcher. We'll see how the official scorer scores it. And it looks like they're going to score that. Hasn't been put up on the board, but now it's put up on the board as an error, so it is an error towards Terre Haute with their first one. Runners at second and third. 3-0 on the count to Thomas Martin. Runners at second and third. One out. But things drop off drastically for American Legion baseball. As we get a pitch over the plate for strike one. 3-1 on the count to Martin. Mavericks at 9-1 at the top in conference play. The Bozeman Bucks 10-3 in conference play. And then it drops down to the Elks as Martin is walked to load the bases for the Mavericks. So the Elks at 5-4, not including today's games. The Lakers at 6-6, the Scarlets at 6-7, the Royals at 5-7, Chargers at 3-6, Senators out of Helena 4-8, and Lethbridge is 3-9. Bottom of the order for the Mavericks, Dayton Bay with loaded bases. 1 out. Thomas Martin at first, off of the walk. Andrew Clausen at second. And Drew Stensrud at third, as the first pitch will be a ball to Dayton Bay. Dayton was hit by a pitch, his first plate appearance. And I needed to put Terre Haute's run up there. I apologize. And the error, as we'll get strike one. 1-1 on the count. Pitch on the way, and Bay will swing for strike 2. But the Bucks and the Mavericks sitting above everybody in conference play. This one's fouled off the grips, and we stay at 1-2. And then the Elks 5-4 after today. This was updated. The A was updated as of today, as Bay will be struck out swinging. And there's 2 away as we swing to the top of the order. Brendan Hill. Bottom of the third, Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. They've got loaded bases and 2 outs. Kendall Riley working out of the jam. And he'll deliver a strike to Hill to start off. Hill with back-to-back singles on the game. And he'll crack this one foul into the bullpen down the first base line, and we're 0-2 on the count to Hill. Hill lays off, brings up ball 1, 1-2. Here's Riley's going to step off the rubber. Now we get the stretch and set. Pitch on the way. And Hill will be struck out looking to end the inning. The bases stay loaded, and we go to the top of the fourth. Mavericks leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at the 2019 Camping World Firecracker Classic in Rapid City, South Dakota. I'll spit it out here, folks. We've got the third place game going on between the Missoula Mavericks and Terre Haute out of Indiana. And it's a 2-1 game in the top of the fourth. Leading off is the number 7 batter, Pearson Barnes, and the throw to first will not get there in time. Richardson trying to make it from deep behind third, and it's a runner on for Terre Haute. So the 7, 8, 9 batters, bottom of the order, as we get Cade Moore. Zach Hangus on the 5, Valley Outer pitcher's mound, and he'll deliver. Picked up by Richardson at second, down the line to first, and the double play is turned. No, they're going to say safe at first. So they get the fielder's choice squared away with the runner at second.
The fielder's choice brings up the pitcher, Kendall Riley.
We come to Kendall Riley. And Riley will swing on the first pitch for strike one. Riley reached off an error, his first at bat. For Zach Hangus, in the top of the fourth, he's got 32 pitches under his belt as he'll deliver strike two, 0-2 on the count. Kendall Riley, the pitcher. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. 0-2, 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch. And Hangus is outside for ball 1, 1-2. Hangus is a great upcoming prospect for the Mavericks. Not only on the pitcher's mound, but plays great over at first. Runner's going to go. This one's bounced foul. And we stay at 1-2. Young man has a great spirit. A lot of fun to be around. He was here earlier watching games. As we get the throw to first. He's a Sentinel Spartan. You'll get to watch him play some golf this fall. As a runner will go, swung on, and a stolen base, a strikeout. Swinging for the second out of the inning.
Back to the top of the lineup, number 5, Garrett Lloyd.
We go to Garrett Lloyd. Here's the pitch. And it's over the plate for strike one by Hangus. Mavericks lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The stretch and set by Hangus now. And Clausen blocks it in front. Takes us even on the count at 1 apiece. They've turned the lights on here at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium. This is a legendary stadium. The field named after the general of Legion Baseball as we get ball 2, 2-1. Dave Plouffe. And they're going to be making changes to this field as the city just came up with a bond as we get ball 3, 3-1. So this field will be undergoing maintenance, not this year, but a year from August is what I've been told. They're going to be dozing this entire stadium, and it's strike 2, 3-2 on the count to Lloyd. He had a ground out and a fielder's choice his first 2 at-bats. Hangus now with a 3-2, 2 outs and a runner at second. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's hit right at Bay. The throw to first, and the inning will leave a runner behind. Mavericks hold on, 2-1. Bottom of the fourth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network in Rapid City, South Dakota, the 2019 Camping World Firecracker Classic. This is the third place game. Missoula Mavericks and Terre Haute. Mavericks leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Mavericks, it's Dane Frazier leading off. The 2-3-4 batters on the schedule. Frazier at the plate, Richardson on deck, and Bridger Johnson in the hole. So Frazier settles in, a walk and a single on his day. And Frazier will bounce this one out, picked up by the second baseman, and it will be a ground out to start the inning for the Mavericks. We go to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks with one out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. And a pitch upstairs by Kendall Riley. We'll start out with ball one. Here's a crack by Richardson to the third baseman. A throw to first will be on the hop, a stretch out, and they're going to say out at second on the ground ball. And it's two quick outs for the Mavericks.
Cleanup hitter, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
We come to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. Two outs, nobody on. And the first pitch to Johnson is delivered for ball one. For Kendall Riley, it's 74 pitches, 39 of them over the plate, as this one's delivered over the plate for strike one to go 1-1 on the count to Johnson. Johnson struck out swinging an infield fly, his two at bats, as he lets this one come up for strike two. And it looks as though Riley is picking up his rhythm. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be hit forward. Picked up by Riley. The throw to first is made. First baseman with the foot on the bag, and it's 1-2-3 for the Mavericks. Top of the fifth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN, Legion baseball fans, home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning for the Mavericks and Terre Haute with the number 4 spot batter. Oh, I didn't get Bridger Johnson out. Cole Whitlock, the number 2 spot batter in right field for Terre Haute at the plate as he fouls one off. Even at 1. On the count as he'll bring up strike 2 on the second foul ball. 1-2 on the count. Zach Hangus on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. 45 pitches in, 33 of them over the plate, as this one's delivered for a ball to even us out at 2 apiece on the count. So the Mavericks hop on the bus and travel straight through to Missoula as we build to a full count at 3-2. They will be back home on Monday for a 3-game stand against the Billings Scarlets, as this one's hopped out, picked up by Bay in the fringe, and the throw to first will put away the leadoff batter on the inning. Brings up Adam Craig, the center fielder, with 1 out, nobody on. So on Monday night, it will be a 7 p.m. game, 7 innings, as a pitch delivered over the plate brings up strike 1. Tuesday will be a double header starting at 5 o'clock with the Billings Scarlets, as we go 1-1 on the count. So Mavericks dive back into conference play when they get back to town, and then it's a trip to Helena as we bring up ball 2, 2-1. That'll be on Wednesday. As we get ball 3 from Hangus. And Millslegel will lift his arm for strike 3, a full count. Or strike 2, I apologize. Here's the payoff by Hangus, and he strikes out the batter. Looking. 1 out, and we come to Tristan Elder. Strikeout is the 2nd out of the inning. Tristan Elder at the plate with an infield fly and a sac fly on the game. Elder at first base. He's had some good plays over there, stretching out. And the first pitch will be a ball to Elder. When I get a chance to watch games live, I love to sit down on the first base line, as this one's cranked right into the glove of Richardson, and it's 1-2-3 for Terre Haute in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mavericks leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Winner of this game will be dubbed the 3rd place finisher of the 2019 Camping World Classic. Kendall Riley with the first pitch of the inning to Stuart Long, and it's going to be ball 1. For Stuart Long, a walk and a ground out. So 5, 6, 7 on the schedule for the Mavericks. Long at the plate, Stensrud on deck, and Clausen in the hole, as Stewie will take a slice for strike 1, 1-1 on the count. This one's cranked over the head of the first baseman. It's going to skin down the first base line, and Stuart Long will start the Mavericks off with a runner at first. We go to Drew Stensrud, the third baseman now.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Runner on at first, no outs, bottom of 5. 7 innings scheduled. Championship game comes up after this one. It's going to be host team Post 22 and Eden Prairie, a matchup of the final regular tournament game that actually happened earlier today. Pitcher over the plate will bring up a strike to Stensrud. Both the 4 o'clock or 4:30 and 7 games last night were postponed till early this morning due to a severe lightning storm, and this one's going to be just outside the line for Stensrud to bring up strike 2. 0-2. That one was a Hellgate softball just outside the foul line on the first base line. 0-2 to Stens. So they would start games at 8 a.m. this morning, and then at about 10 o'clock there was a front that moved through and flooded the streets. Stensrud with a crack into left field. Left fielder comes up. It'll hop in front of him, and the Mavericks will have runners at first and second with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. Takes us to Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks, with no outs and runners at first and second. He gets a last-minute instruction from Hathaway before he steps to the plate. Clausen batting in the number 7 spot. He was struck out swinging and walked earlier today. Riley with the pitch, and he's going to tag Clausen to load the bases. Brings up Thomas Martin now for the Mavericks. And they're going to bring Parker Stevens in to run for Clausen. That allows Clausen to put his gear back on, as he is the catcher for the Mavericks. And we come to the right fielder, Thomas Martin. Now here's a young man that has had a very interesting season. Pitch upstairs will bring up ball 1 to Terre. Thomas was a pitcher primarily for the Mavericks last year, with his older brother James not aging out of the program. He wanted that second base spot, fought to get to that second base spot, and then with changes within the team, he's been playing some outfield and getting some time out there, and he's played well as this one comes in to bring up ball 2. Two and 1 on the count. Kendall Riley at 87 pitches as this one's rolled past the first baseman. Stuart Long will come home, and the Mavericks will take a 2-run lead, 3-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And that one came off the bat awkwardly, and as they say, bounced perfectly. And this will bring out Tim Hayes, the manager for Terre Haute, to check in with Riley. We'll see, as this is going to be a pitching change for Terre Haute. Look like the right fielder has come in, Cole Whitlock. So with the pitching change, we'll go ahead and step aside. Mavericks lead 3-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, loaded bases. We'll be back right after this.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the change on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Cole Whitlock will come in from right field and take over for Riley. And it's Ethan Newman now in right field for Terre Haute. So for Kendall Riley, it was 4 total innings, 88 pitches, 49 over the plate. 3 runs, all 3 earned off of 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and struck 2 batters, had 1 wild pitch. Finishes the game with a 5.25 ERA. The first batter that Whitlock will face is the bottom of the order for the Mavericks, Dayton Bay, the bunt killer. Loaded bases and no outs for the Mavericks. As the young second baseman steps into the box. Whitlock with the first pitch. And Bay will take it. It's a ball. Barnes chases it down. Runners stay in position. 1-0. Mavericks lead 3-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks would pick up a run in the first and a run in the second to take a 2-0 lead. Terre Haute came back and earned a run in the top of the third, and then the Mavericks now in the bottom of the fifth earn their third. This one's by Bay, popped up over second, and it's in the glove. We've got 1 out on the infield fly. Swings us to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill with 1 out and loaded bases.
Top of the lineup, center fielder number 3, Brendan Hill.
Hill settles in. Thomas Martin at first. Parker Stevens running for Andrew Clausen at second as Hill will slice for strike 1. And Drew Stensrud at third. For Hill, it's back-to-back singles and then a strikeout looking for his 3 at-bats today. Whitlock with the 0-1. And Hill shows bunt. This is fouled off, and we go 0-2. So the Mavericks back in action on Monday at home against the Billings Scarlets for a conference game. 3 total games against the Scarlets, 1 on Monday, and then a doubleheader on Tuesday. 7 o'clock first pitch from Lindbergh Craig Field. Outside pitch, and they're going to say that is strike 3. And Hill is struck out looking for the second time in a row. That's 2 outs as we go to Dane Frazier for the Mavericks with loaded bases. Clyde Milschlegel is your plate umpire with Chris Groves in the field as Frazier will foul this one off for strike 1 for Dane. A walk to start the game, a single, and then grounded out his last at-bat. He leads the team with 3 home runs. And I hear there's a young man as we get ball 1, 1-1 at the A level for the Mavericks. that we might see at the tournament time, Charlie Kurgan. And he is approaching double digits on home runs. I think I heard at last it was 8 home runs on the season. Here's a throw to first, and the first baseman, Elder, behind the bag. And they're going to say balk, and that will bring home Stensrud. Runners will advance to second and third. And the Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Coach Hayes of Terre Haute coming out to question it. And the umpire says you have to throw it at the base and not at the first baseman, and that's what brings up the balk call. And there was an argument in Billings last week about the same such call when a throw was made to third for Stensrud, and the call was not given. And Coach Benjamin of the Royals was upset with good reason. Pitch on the way, outside, and we go 2-1 on the count to Frazier. 2 outs, runners at second and third for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. Bottom of the 5th in a 7-inning game. Cole Whitlock with the pitch. And that will be strike 2 to go 2-2. You have to go with the zone that the umpire gives you, but this one seems a little sporadic. But hey, I've got the mic, he's got the mask on behind the plate, and this one will be in front of Barnes as he blocks it in front of him. And we get a full count at 3-2. No, they're going to call it a strike, and that will end the inning. Maverick fans not happy, but 2 runs were earned, and the Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Hathaway with a comment out to our plate, and they're going to toss Hathaway.
No errors and 2 men left on base.
And Hathaway, as we hold here, discussion with Chris Groves. And Hathaway is going to be kicked out of his second game of the season. Nope, he goes back to the dugout. I thought the umpire had ejected him. I'm wrong. We'll be back with the top of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City? The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Late developments in the inning forced us to go a little bit long. We've got 1-2 on the count to Evan Newman, the second baseman, with Zach Hangus on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Now, we did have a coach ejection, but a throw to first will have our first out of the inning. There's one away.
At the plate, number 11, third baseman Grayson Reed.
But assistant coach Trevor Subith was ejected. I thought it was Hathaway, but it was Trevor Subith, the assistant coach, as we get strike one to Brayton Reed. So Subith was escorted from the complex after being tossed by Chris Groves. He had comments out of the bullpen, or out of the dugout, as we bring up ball 2. 2-1 on the count to Brayton Reed. And we'll get ball 3, 3-1. So the 6, 7, 8 batters, Reed, Barnes, and Moore scheduled up. As this one's rolled out, picked up by Richardson. The throw to first is made, and that's 2 away. Brings up the catcher.
The catcher, number 7, Pearson Barnes.
Pearson Barnes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Barnes will swing for strike 1. Zach Hangus standing tall on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. 5 2/3 innings. He's got 66 pitches, 44 of them over the plate, as this one swung on for strike 2. Cade Moore in the on-deck circle with 2 outs for Terre Haute. Here's the pitch. And a swing, and it's a strikeout to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Terre Haute. Bottom of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. As we get Cole Whitlock in for his attempt at his first full inning of duty on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. The Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's the 3, 4, 5 batters up for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson leading off, Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle, and Stuart Long in the hole. So Richardson will settle in. He'll face Whitlock. We do have dark, heavy clouds over the top of us, but the system is to the north for now, as Richardson will swing for strike 1. So the post-22 host team looking to get through all their games unscathed for the rest of the day. And here's a hit by pitch to put Trad Richardson at first. We go to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. Leading 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. They would like to add to that and build. Here's Whitlock with the first pitch to Johnson. It's outside for ball 1. Still one more game to go on the day. That's the championship game. Eden Prairie and the host team, post 22. That game can be viewed on Hard Hat TV, as the outside pitch will bring us to ball 2, 2-0. Eden Prairie, a very talented team, and post 22, they've got some very talented young men as well. Terre Haute, the champion from 2018, as the pitch or ball is tossed to first. Throw back to first. When picking up here. Here's the 2-0. And Johnson pops this one into right field. It's got some leg. It'll hop and bounce on the track. They're going to go ahead and bring Richardson around. He's on his way home as Bridger Johnson stands up at third on the triple. And the Mavericks now lead 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and there's Eden Prairie as they are coming in, getting ready for their batting practice. We go to the DH, Stuart Long for the Mavericks, runner at third and no outs. Johnson coming up big as Stewie will foul this one off for strike 1.
Please return all foul balls to the ticket booth. Thank you.
And Whitlock steps off the rubber to check Johnson at third.
You're missing 2 people.
Here's the pitch. And delivered over the plate for strike 2. 0-2 on the count to Stuart Long. Stuart Long walk. A ground out and a single on the day. Pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 1. 1-2 on the count. State tournament coming up. The last weekend of July as this one's rolled out. Second baseman with a good glove on it. That'll hold Johnson. And the out at first on Stuart Long as Stensrud comes to the plate. Good play by the second baseman for that out. And there's one away in the bottom of the 6th. Takes us to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks with a runner at third and 1 out. Bridger Johnson stepping away from third. For Stensrud, it's a trio of singles on the day. And the first pitch to Stensrud is strike 1. Whitlock with the stretch and set. And a swing for strike 2, 0-2. Stensrud settles back in. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of 6. And Stensrud will swing, and that'll be strike 3 for the out. 2 away now. Brings up the catcher, Andrew Clausen. And Clausen will take the first pitch for ball 1. Clausen struck out swinging, a walk, and a hit by pitch on the day. Here's the stretch and set by Whitlock. And outside for ball 2. This tournament longer than most that the Mavericks do play in, which did allow Zach Hangus to come back around in the order from the 5 Valor pitcher's mound. Hangus pitched the first game, but with the American Legion rest rules, here's a foul ball on the check swing to bring up strike one. 2-1 on the count. Whitlock getting back up on the rubber. Bridger Johnson at third off the triple that earned a run here in the bottom of the 6th to make it 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Delivered back outside, 3-1 now to Clausen. Thomas Martin in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs. And Clausen is hit by the pitch, and the Mavericks will have runners on the corners. And that will bring out Parker Stevens to pinch run for Clausen. We go to Thomas Martin, the right fielder for the Mavericks. 2 outs, runners on the corners, 1 run earned so far in the bottom of the 6th. Mavericks leading 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go outside and throwing right back to the pitcher, holding Johnson. And Parker's going to be tagged out and out at second to end the inning. Confusion in the field will bring up the out, and we go to the top of the 7th. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 7th, all or nothing for Terre Haute. And it's the bottom of the order. Cade Moore, the number 8 spot batter at the plate, and Kendall Riley in the on-deck circle. We'll see who the change is for. That's actually number 21. We'll make that change. First pitch is going to be a strike. This one's bounced down to Stensrud. The throw to first, and we've got a out to start the 7th inning. It's all or nothing for Terre Haute. They're down 5-1 to the Missoula Mavericks. The winner will be dubbed the number 3, the 3rd place finisher in the 2019 Camping World Classic. That brings up Ethan Newman, bottom of the order, and Newman's going to punch this one high into right field. Thomas Martin puts a glove on it, and that's 2 away. We go to the top of the order. Garrett Lloyd for Terre Haute.
Back to the top of the order, left fielder number 5, Garrett Lloyd.
Lloyd settling in. Ground out, a fielder's choice and a ground out. This one's bounced to Stensrud. He'll hop, skip, jump, throw to first, and that is game. Mavericks pick up the win, 5-1 over Terre Haute. Terre Haute 1 run off of 3 hits and error, and they would leave 6 runners behind. For the Mavericks, it'd be 5 runs off of 9 hits, 3 errors, and 11 runners left behind. The Missoula Mavericks will take 3rd place at the 2019 Camping World Classic. They'll hop on the bus and head home to Missoula with a game on Monday, back to conference play Monday evening against the Scarlets. Folks, enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. Be safe, have fun, and we'll talk to you on Monday night.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well, goodbye.